And now, your first Alert 5 weather.
Well, we're still holding on to those very warm conditions this evening, even though that sun has set for the evening. 75 degrees currently with south-southeasterly winds, 14 miles an hour at the moment. And Pueblo, look at that gorgeous sunset tonight. 83 degrees down that way, only a few clouds across the area, 17 miles an hour for that current wind. As for temperatures elsewhere, those warmest temperatures will be along that Arkansas River. We'll have some 70s and 80s for the southern I-25 corridor, 75 right now for Canyon City, and 63 currently for Woodland Park. So not really feeling like fall at all, but to get everybody in the spirit, let's take a look at how far away some of our holidays are. Halloween only 29 days away, Thanksgiving 56, winter 80 days away, and then Christmas you still have 84 days until that day. And if you want something a little bit closer, you can look forward to Taylor Swift's album tonight. As for tomorrow, though, we will have those warmest temperatures, and then going into Saturday, that's when those windy conditions are expected to pick up. That cold front will move through going into Saturday evening and into Sunday morning. That's going to drop our highs going into your Sunday afternoon. Now for those overnight lows tonight, 50s for the I-25 corridor, 44 for Woodland Park. We'll have some more 40s for the higher terrain, and Alamosa getting down to 35 degrees for that morning low. Highs tomorrow, a mix of 80s and 90s, definitely the warmest day out of the next 7 days, so I would suggest taking advantage of that. 75 for Woodland Park for that high, 86 for Canyon City. So those highs are expected to drop down, and that average for this time of year for Colorado Springs is 71, so we will eventually drop below that once we get into Sunday, holding on to those below average temperatures for a few days. So those windy conditions that I mentioned, will have this low pressure system that will continue to work its way east. That is going to give us those windy conditions with this high pressure system off to our east. Along with that, we'll have a little bit of moisture for the higher terrain, so we'll have some mountain rain showers, but the southern I-25 corridor and out towards the eastern plains are likely going to stay dry. Now, in terms of the wind gusts that we are potentially going to see, the day for that is going to be on Saturday. So we'll see that pick up more so for the higher terrain and those mountain peaks earlier on. Then once we get to that noon hour, most of the state seeing those stronger wind gusts, and that's going to last throughout the majority of the day. Then once we get to that around that dinner time hour, that's when we're likely going to see those wind gusts die down. Now for the next 7 days, here's what you can expect. We are going to be getting very close to that daily record high going into your Friday. That is set at 87 degrees, but I have that forecasted high at 84, so I don't think we'll quite break that, but we'll definitely get close. Saturday, that's when those winds will be sweeping through, 78 for that high. Continuing that cooling into your Sunday. The day to watch for rain chances will be going into Tuesday. Here's a closer look at your day planner for your Friday, starting off with completely cleared conditions with temperatures in those mid-50s. Pueblo, 91 for that high, again getting close to that daily high record for Pueblo, 94 degrees, and we'll get into the 80s once we get into Saturday, continuing that cool down. Canyon City, 86, very warm and breezy going into Friday. Windy conditions will continue to ramp up going into Saturday. Canyon City will have a little bit more moisture though going into the middle of the upcoming work week, so showers possible Tuesday and Wednesday. Woodland Park will have temperatures in those mid-70s going into Friday. Windy conditions pick up Saturday. Again, we'll have a little bit more moisture for the higher terrain, so rain chances Tuesday and Wednesday.